And after weeks of delays, the Texas House gavelled back into session today, finally voting on Governor Abbott's controversial redistricting plan. And in a shock to a lot of people, but not at all a surprise, his new congressional maps just passed, which could add 5 Republican seats to the U.S. Congress. But Democrats fought until the very end by staging a protest by sleeping on the floor overnight. At one point, even ripping up these so-called permission slips that Republicans required to leave the chamber. Here's what both sides had to say on the House floor earlier today.
House Bill 4 is an illegal and racially discriminatory congressional map, and this body has no business passing it.
You own the walkout. You said you did that, but don't come into this body and say we didn't include you. You left us for 18 days, and that's wrong.
Now let's bring in NBC's Ryan Chandler. Ryan, so, I mean, you've been there all day. What's the latest? Democrats, they didn't have the votes to block this. What's the next game plan for them?
So we expect this to get to the governor's desk very quickly. The Texas House, definitely the stickiest part of this process. The governor's office told me that he could sign it as soon as Friday, as soon as it clears the Senate, which could happen as soon as tomorrow. Still, though, Democrats are fighting back, if not on the House floor, in the court of public opinion and, in fact, the courts. We just heard a protest in the rotunda shortly after passage where protesters joined with lawmakers, Democratic lawmakers, and they said that the next battlefield is the courts, and then they'll take that battlefield to the ballot box. So this is certainly not over yet. Democrats raising some legal concerns about alleged racial considerations and where Republicans drew those lines. Republicans say, look, we didn't consider race, we just considered partisan advantage, and as much as some people may not like that, it's perfectly legal. Got it.
Meanwhile, what's going on with the California threats that are basically about doing the exact same thing and fighting fire with fire here?
So I want to show you this tweet from Governor Gavin Newsom just 20 minutes ago or so. He said, "It's on, Texas," and that is what he has been threatening throughout this entire process. He is asking voters to approve what he calls trigger bill, which is in direct response to Texas, which is creating 5 more Republican seats. He's going to ask voters to create 5 more Democratic seats, if they can find them in California, to try and balance out the control of Congress come the 2026 midterms. Remember, this is not just about Texas. It's all about national control come next year. Got it.
Ryan, I'm so glad you brought up the social media posts of Governor Gavin Newsom, because, like, what is the word with him on social media these days? I don't even know how to describe some of the stuff that's been posted. We've got some of it. Is he trolling here? His head on Mount Rushmore. There's this one where he's been preyed on by a bunch of conservatives that have his back. Like, is Newsom becoming an edgelord?
A good way to put it, Gotti. You know, throughout this process, Gavin Newsom has said we need to fight fire with fire, referring to the legislative strategy here, but also he's taking that strategy to social media. I saw he was asked about this last week or so, about why his tweets are channeling the tone and style and capitalization of President Trump. And he said, look, this is in jest, but it should be a wake-up call to people who are now taking issue with the lack of professionalism, as he describes it in his Twitter feed, and says, look, I'm just mimicking the president, so if you have a problem with me doing it, maybe you have a problem when the president does it. But certainly he's earned himself a lot of viral moments and laughs on social media. Got it.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.